And yeah, unveiling the striking poster for David Fincher's upcoming Netflix
What
film.
a striking poster it is indeed.
This week at the Venice Film Festival, David Fincher's newest film, The Killer, is poised for its premiere. Preceding the event, a teaser poster has been revealed, adapted from a graphic novel by Alexis Nolant and Luc Jacquemont. The movie follows the story of a hitman portrayed by Michael Fassbender, who grapples with his own sanity while anticipating his next assignment. Big fans of Michael Fassbender, John, over the years, haven't we?
Yeah.
Good guy, I like him. I think Tilda Swinton's in this as well.
It's always a good choice.
David Fincher, John, funny because 30 years ago-ish, this guy, I was introduced to him, not personally,
fucking wish I was
introduced to him through Alien 3, which I didn't like.
It? Yeah, did Alien 3,
and I thought, nah, you're okay.
See, I've not seen Beyond the Aliens. I've got no desire.
3 or 4 years later, we get 7. Fight Club follows that up.
Yeah.
Panic Room. The list goes on. It just gets better and better.
Zodiac.
Fantastic film, John.
He's just a
Social Network.
Yeah.
As well. I mean, a big fan. I think it's fair to say.
What can you say about the guy? He's just one of the most innovative directors of his generation. And
this is a passion project for him, I believe it. Just reading into some of the sort of backstory to this and some of the trivia.
I just love that poster. I think it's incredible.
The book as well, John. This is a 20-year ongoing passion project for Fincher, and it's something that he's been pursuing for the best part of 2 decades. I think he's met up with Michael Fassbender, 2 of them big fans of the book, and decided there must be something in this. Obviously, Netflix stepped up with the cash, and we're going to get this film. It's upcoming. I'm looking forward to this, John. This is definitely down my street. I like these type of films, and I like that poster as well.
Poster's great, Stephen. Yeah. It's almost like it's acrylic. It's like acrylic paint.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant. The vibe it's giving you. Yeah, it's just a single poster, but you can see he's got the little hat on. It's almost like what do you call those hats again? It's not a top hat. It's like a fedora.
Yeah.
Dare I say it, a Hawaiian shirt.
Yep.
Looks like a
trench coat.
Yeah, like a trench coat, Mac type thing.
What's that?
He's pointing the gun right at you.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. You can see within the character, even in this sort of fucking still image, you can see that he's tortured.
Yeah,
he's got something going on. There's levels to the character. And look, Fassbender's had an interesting career, it has to be said. I'm just going to bring him up briefly because he's been up and down a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah.
When you think about it, he's had some brilliant...
Like his accent, yeah.
I mean, he's Irish, Austrian, isn't he? German-Irish, I should say.
German-Irish, yeah.
He's done some interesting films, but he's also done some shysters in recent times, so what the fuck is going on here? Maybe this is not going to work. This connection does my head in. There you go, it's away. Yeah. Can't reach this page, but we're streaming. We're still on.
Yeah, it's probably that's killing us.
Yeah, it shouldn't be though. It should be able to stream and
Michael Fassbender, John. First film you saw him in?
God, fuck. I don't actually know, Stephen. It maybe Band of Brothers was the first thing I seen him in, period. Yeah. Way back.
I'd be lying to say I remember him in it.
Probably First Class.
Yeah. Yeah, either that or Inglourious Bastards. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Around about that time
what
period.
Came first? Probably Inglourious Bastards. I'm not sure.
Did it? I think Inglourious was about 2014, 2013.
A lot earlier than that.
Was it?
Yeah,
2012?
So, yeah.
I've lost the plot with time,
Steve.
Stephen.
It might have been 2000 and...
Was it as far back as that? Yeah. First Class is 2011.
Maybe.
Wow. Was it really that far back?
Maybe wrong though.
My sense of time is gone. Completely gone. I think you may be right, Steve. I think it's quite a bit back because you think it's been
Steve Jobs.
It's been some interesting films come out from Tarantino, Django Unchained, obviously. Yeah. The other Hateful Eight, and they've all been after Inglourious, so it's quite a bit back.
Yeah.
How far back is it? Fucking hell! It is 2009. Yeah. Wow.
I remember
14
it
years ago
because I got it on DVD, not
14
Blu-ray.
Years.
DVD. I got it on, and I remember watching it on New Year's Day, and I was having some Jewish penicillin soup. It was incredible.
You know, I've not had that in a long time.
Yeah,
and I think I need it just now.
The soup.
Yeah.
I've
got a little bit of a throat thing going on just now, and I may need to have some penicillin soup. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really fucking prominent, Stephen, was he? prior to.
I don't remember him in Band of Brothers.
I mean, he was a very
could pick
young.
him out now, but I wouldn't have remembered him then.
Yeah, but I wasn't watching that back in the day, Stephen. You have to remember.
Yeah, true, yeah.
I was watching it way after the
7
fact.
episodes wasn't a lot.
I mean, I think myself, looking at his filmology, it's got to be Inglourious Basterds was the first I've seen him in, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And again, Stephen, this kind of typifies Michael Fassbender's career. He's got 8.1 movies, 12 Years a Slave, 7 rated movies, and then recently he's got Take Flight, which is a short, 4.5, Assassin's Creed, 5.6, Song to Song, 5.6.
Yeah, shorts. Yeah, he does quite a few shorts.
The Snowman, I actually liked The Snowman.
I thought it was okay. I don't know if I reviewed that or not. I can't remember. I remember it was on our site at one point.
The most shocking thing to me, Stephen, is he's not been in a movie for fucking 4 years.
Dark Phoenix.
Wasn't his fault, though, was it?
Almost killed his career. Kung Fury.
Fury? Where's that? Oh, he's going to appear.
I thought you've seen the first one, haven't you?
I love Kung Fury, Stephen. It's amazing, man.
David Sandberg, yeah.
It is sensational. What a film that was. A 20-minute short on YouTube. Just incredible. He goes back into an alternate universe. Hitler's trying to time travel.
Only time Arnold will be the president.
The Hoff's in it.
Yeah.
The Hoff's there. I mean, I think, Sandberg, I think he was the guy who did the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Stephen, Kung Fury, yeah.
He's Kung Fury, yeah. It was just brilliant. Yeah. Even the making of it, just incredible. Sort of, I don't know what you'd call it, ingenious techniques they obviously did to make it. Fucking treadmills and shit. Stephen Fassbender's great though. He's a brilliant guy, as you say. He's a good guy. It comes through in the interviews and stuff like that. And having him appearing with talent, I mean, I'm going to bring it up, the killer, and see who exactly is confirmed for this movie. Having him appear with Fincher behind the camera, obviously, but Tilda Swinton next to him. Like, so let's have a look. Do we recognise anybody else in this?
Oh, Alice Howard stands out. I don't know if it's for his acting or if it's for his...
He's five head.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket, yeah.
I know
Moneyball.
Face, yeah. Lost World, of course. Yeah.
He was in Mank, which was another Fincher
I've
movie.
I've not seen, John. I've not seen
that was Gary Oldman, wasn't it? It was based on, God, what was his name? Actor. What was an actor, wasn't it? Was it a film? Was it I want to say it was like a film. Famous film. Fucking hell. Where is Mank? Help me out here,
you
please.
Had it as well.
Yes, I did have it. I'll just get back to him. You know what?
Clicking.
Fucking previous directors, Mank. It was Citizen Kane, wasn't it? Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
Citizen Kane screenplay. He's worked with him. So, Stephen, there's a good cast. It's an interesting concept. This guy, I think he's an assassin, he says. And as he's tracking the guy, the target down, he's going through a bit of a fucking crisis. His reality's warping. He's losing all sense of being. It's an interesting concept. This guy's a revolutionary filmmaker. I have got a separate article where there's some criticism getting flat. Not so much criticism, but
reservation.
Regretful criticism, if you like, where he's stepped away from traditional filmmaking, working with the traditional studios, big releases in the theatres, to work solely for a streamer, as they call them, Netflix.
You said, John, it worked for Martin.
It worked, yeah. And it's working for Zach, and it's worked for other people, Alfonso Cuarón, to name a few, who went on to win Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Presenting streamer films to the Academy Awards. So, I mean, there is criticism, but you can't take it away. He's a world-class director.
The flip side as well, John, is that Netflix will take gambles on these type of projects. So
and they'll give them the money to make it happen, whereas a theatre, or not a theatre, an original studio, like Warner Brothers, Disney, they are completely paralysed with fear.
Sequels.
Not just sequels, paralysed with fear that anything will flop and will not make them money. So that just stunts any sort of originality and possibility of making a movie like this. And I think even the Killers of the Flower Moon, the next Martin Scorsese movie, that may be coming out in a streaming service as well.
Yeah.
Maybe Amazon or something like that, I can't recall.
That. Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
All the best in the original movies seem to be either getting made with A24 or Blumhouse if it's horror, or going to a streaming service. The studios, fucking Jojo Rabbit and things like that aside, they're just churning out remakes, quasi-sequels.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
they play it safe every time now, John.
But yeah, I mean,
this at stake, isn't there? To these studios, unfortunately, they forgot the art.
You want me to bring this up and read this, Stephen? Do you want to read it? It's this quote here.
Let's do it.
It's your man Thierry Frémaux from Cannes.
Terry
Frémaux.
Fincher has left cinema. Fincher now works for streamers, where he's directing incredible stuff. I tried to explain this to him modestly. Obviously, that he doesn't exist anymore, at least for us. What a stuck-up snob you are.
Yeah, they really
For
are
a reason
stuck-up
left
bastards.
up to his own liking. He wants his creative freedom. He doesn't want to fight with studio heads. His film tends to be very expensive, but I'd love for him to come back to cinema. He's one of the greats. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. You'd love him to come back to cinema. The insinuation being that cinema is only really cinema if it's made by a studio, a traditional studio, and the rest is just, again, like Spielberg said, it's Emmy level stuff. It's just TV movies. It was just bollocks because, as I've said, Cuarón, I want to say, what's he called? Del Toro? Not Benicio, the other one. Guillermo. They've all won Academy Awards for streamer movies in like the last 10 years, so it's just not adding up really. There's high calibre. Minari was a streaming movie.
Isle of Dogs, John.
Isle of Dogs, that was Wes Anderson. Yeah. That come up there?
No, I was just thinking about it. I was thinking it was a unique film, you know.
I
It was
loved it, Stephen.
very unusual, and it was there a gamble in it? I don't know who the studio was.
You know, I'd have to check that, but when I went to the theatres, it was just brilliant. It was a tiny little theatre. It was just great. It was like 4 or 5 rows, maybe a little bit more, maybe 10 rows. It was a teeny little theatre.
Netflix have to do. They have to create their own little theatres.
They do, Stephen. There was talk of that. They would buy up,
Yeah.
and then they can just release it in their
Like
theatres.
Blockbuster, but Netflix cinema. Yeah.
I don't know why they don't do it.
Yeah.
They should do it. And then they get the best of both worlds, because that, Stephen, it's been discussed before about Netflix. I think it was actually Robert Meyer Burnett had to think about that there. Mid-rift. Pup. He nailed it. And I think it was, he was on the Compare show. They were talking about Netflix's problems financially and how they were spending so much money in original films for big directors like this, but then they weren't promoting it enough, and it was only appearing on a streaming service where you can't really recoup the financial sort of outlay in the movie just like sort of solely through subscriptions only. You need to put these movies out in some kind of theatrical run to get your money back. So how did they do it? And he said the same as you. Maybe put out a little fucking like chain of theatres out there, but it's just Netflix only content.
Even hire out a certain theatre in within a theatre. Do it, you know.
I don't know why they're not doing it. I think they actually have got a theatre. It may be one in Hollywood. And they do put Netflix stuff out, but it's still limited. It's like 2 weeks.
And I'd go to it. I think it would be like an independent film theatre like we have here in Glasgow.
You get to see maybe even TV content.
John, I mean, we've been to it. We've been to that theatre, and it was great. It was just had a good feel to it, good vibe in the room as well.
And we've seen the directors.
And that's the kind of thing you want to see, you know. But I mean, I'll see this. I was going to say I'll go and see this. I'll hit that button and watch it.
Stephen, I'm looking forward to seeing it, man.
The
play button. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Fincher's a great director, one of a kind. And much like what we spoke about there with Scorsese, they're making passion projects. And that's always a good sign. When someone's been thinking about something for 20 years, trying to make it into a reality, you know that they're going to give their all.